Hi, my name is Adriel William, and today's video is about a couple of things that I wanted to talk about. First of all, I haven't been making many YouTube videos, and there have been a couple of reasons. I was going through some stuff in my life that kept me occupied psychologically, emotionally, physically. Along with that, during that time, I was thinking about all the experiences and all the learning I'm getting out of these situations and how I can articulate them in a manner that's helpful and beneficial for other people. And during that phase, one of the things I was thinking and I had the opportunity to talk to people were the people who were going through interview for dental schools. And so the point is, I hope to use my experience and my learning again and articulate it in a manner that people who are going through the process right now might be able to use it and might be able to benefit from it. I know some of the schools already sent their acceptances, and there have been some fortunate people who got their acceptances from dental schools, more than one. And then there are people who got waitlisted and people who got even rejected, and these are the people I want to talk to. But let's start over about what I was doing in the recent couple of days. So I was busy with my school, with personal life, with some other unforeseen circumstances that I was dealing with. And let me tell you that I'm not here to sit and whine about life, but the point is, whenever some suffering and hardship comes through your way, if you can find a purpose in that suffering or in that pain or in that hardship, you can actually come out to be much more stronger. And that's what I keep thinking. Like, if I'm going through certain times, which I've went through pretty much quite a lot in the past decade, I believe it's for a reason, and I need to utilize it for the benefit of myself and for the people around me. And let me tell you, I had during this phase, the only good thing I kept on hearing was from a couple of candidates that they got accepted. Some got accepted in UPenn, some got accepted at UIC, and then even at Colorado. So those were some silver lining during my hardship kind of a phase. Like when I used to hear somebody's getting good out of something, I was able to tell them and they got to the place where they want to be. That actually made me happier. And even if it was small or big, but that gave me the energy to move forward throughout the day. So, what I'm trying to tell is that if you're somebody who got rejected or waitlisted, do not give hope at this point. Why I'm saying this? Because trust me, even if you get admission, even if you get into a DDS, even if you pass out as a graduate of DDS, hardships and shortcomings are not going to leave you. But what could make you stronger and have a strong grit is that. Is your ability to stand up every day and do the task that you're supposed to do. Maybe not all of us are supposed to win, but what you can do is put up a good, solid, honest fight. That's one of the most important things. And sometimes tragedy walk towards your path. It does come to knock at your door. And I believe if you cannot avoid it, own it. Own your suffering, own your difficult time. And if you embrace that, a much more stronger person will come out of this situation. Now, coming to some practical points. The people who got rejected or waitlisted, first of all, if you got waitlisted, still be positive. I made a whole video over this last year. If you want to go ahead and watch it, that's also very useful. I'll put the link in the description. But if you're waitlisted, don't worry. I'm telling you, even in previous year, I've seen more than 10 people who got waitlisted, got into different schools later on. It's a dynamic process. So it's a process which keeps moving, people coming in, getting admission to other schools. And one of the things I want to add is that there's one thing called Paretos Law or Paretos Principle. And I want you to understand this because this is going to be quite helpful for you. When I was going through admissions and I got 4 acceptances and 6 interviews, I saw people who got 1 acceptance were getting more acceptances. And there were people in every interview I meet who I knew, and we were seeing each other over and over again, and we were getting acceptances. And then that really made sense to me about Paretos Law. Paretos Law say 80% of success is owned by 20% of the people. 80% of wealth in the world is owned by 20% of the people. Practically, 80% of the complaint made in any business are done by 20% of the people. No matter in what city you are, if you go and see at dental practices, 80% of patients go to 20% of doctors only. So there's a phenomena that 20% of people in music industry, in businesses, in healthcare will own 80% of the success. And this sounds like a bit of a disparity, but there's a bit of a logic and bit of, I would say, a phenomena attached to it. There's a Matthew's law. It's called people who have more will get more, and people who have less, even that will be taken away from them. It sounds pretty tragic, but the point I'm trying to make, if you got 1 admission, you might get more. But if you've been waitlisted or rejected, what should you do? Well, the point I'm going to tell you that what you could do is you need to understand that there are certain habits, certain mindset, and certain approaches that people who win have in their mind. These successful top 20% people, I'm telling you out of my own experiences, after reading books, after reading human beings, these top 20% people who are on the top, they will never act as a victim. And that's something even I have to tell myself every day, that you're not allowed to be resentful. And if you're subconsciously being resentful, then you're not owning up to your destiny. And my point that I'm trying to make, if you got waitlisted or rejected, consider that to be a part of the game. Do not shake your finger against the heavens. Don't whine and cry, why me, God? That's a very common line, why me? So do not think that you've been cursed, or this is some kind of punishment that has been bestowed upon you. And I'm telling you again, everybody fails, everybody get rejected, and people get waitlisted all the time. Even, I'm telling you, if you go above and beyond the dental schools, life is failure. But what keeps you standing is your ability to know that eventually something good will come out. Now, on the practical note, I've said this in the previous video. If you got waitlisted, send a very short one-liner email to the school being grateful. And I mean this in an honest way. Be genuinely grateful for the opportunity and tell them that you're still looking forward to being at that school. And that's it. Do not keep on writing paragraphs. I know writing is not everybody's genre, or not everybody wants, it's not everybody's best tool, but what I would advise is keep your words straightforward and as simple as possible, because schools are getting tons of emails these days. So nobody wants to, even if I was at their place, I don't want to read 1 hour of email just to say thank you. And if you got rejected, I would say, I would still write the school, thank you for your time and consideration. Hope to see you next year. That would be my plain old simple line to them. And there were schools who rejected me, and that's what I wrote to them. And what I will do is I will look at the schools that I've applied, the rest of the schools where I have applied, shortlist them, see which schools are they. And if you can email them that I'm still looking forward to to the interview process, but you need to have something in common with that school. If there's some kind of community work, or if some kind of visit you have done, or some kind of alumni from that school, some kind of relationship that you have built over time with that school, then it's appropriate to tell them that you're looking forward to that institution. But beside that, what you can start doing is continue to work on taking CE courses, doing DA-ship, taking hands-on courses. And I also plan to make a video for people who got into school and what they should be preparing, but hopefully that would be a separate thing in the future. But for now, continue to work on your resume. Continue to work on your interview skills. One thing I tell people over and over again, well, when we come into dental school, we will be working a lot on our psychomotor skills, working in labs, working on patients. Yes, dentistry is a lot of hand skill, but along with that, you will be required to write notes and communicate with your patients all the time, and you won't have much time to improve your skills. They will be what they are. So this time, right now, when you're preparing for your schools, you're working on your psychomotor skills, I will encourage you to work on your communication skills. Start to write a little bit. If you ever get a chance, try to write better emails, professional emails. Read some professional books if you can, or videos, or whatever helps you, audiobooks. And for interviews, learn to speak. When I say learn to speak, it's not about pronunciation. It's about articulating your ideas in a manner that are corresponding to the other person, because most of the time we are thinking something else and we are saying something else. So you have to work upon that, focusing on your academic life and your personal life and merging it in a way that you come off to be a very solid individual. And I coach personally candidates for their interviews and regarding the admission process. And this is what I teach them, that you have to bring out the best out of yourself and you have to present it in a good manner. And one of the things I tell candidates during the coaching session is that you should be very well prepared about your strengths. Sometimes the person on the interview committee might not be having a very good day. There might be some issues with the internet, or you might not be feeling well on that day. People have a lot of anxiety during that period. But how do you get over all of this? It's by having a very good preparation for that. You should know your strength, your weakness. And I know a lot of people, just to save time, go for hacks and cracks, finding them on YouTube through different resources. But the point I'm trying to make is that hacks and cracks are really good when you know the foundation of things. If you've seen the movie Karate Kid, and I'm taking this analogy from a movie because it makes really good sense. In that movie, the kid who's trying to go through the tournament broke his leg, and now he wants to win. And that was the very last time, like that was the time when his master tells him about a kick that was like a crack version. But he only teaches him the crack or that hack tip when he already have a very good foundation. So my point is that you need to build your foundation on very good preparation. You should know the psychology of how to communicate with people and communicate in a way that is very effective and presents the best out of you. I've known candidates who end up started teaching the admission committee rather than listening to them. And it's not that they are bad human beings. It's just that they have never consciously worked on their communication skill and specifically interviews. And that's something I believe can't be fixed in 1 hour session or just having one phone call or a Zoom session. That's something you need to work on. Along with that, I believe there's a long list of schools that are still going to be interviewing a lot of candidates. I know Loma Linda sent the interview invites, soon USC, UCLA, other schools, and some of the schools I got interviewed at. And I would encourage candidates is to start preparing for your interviews. Even if you haven't received an invite, don't wait till the last time. I would say write your answers, record yourself in front of the camera, talk to a family member, take professional coaching beforehand, because the wise prepare for war in the time of peace, and that's how he wins. So that would be my advice to you, and hopefully I will see you in a more meaningful video. All the best.